A presentation on HIV. What is HIV? HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. It is only found in humans, and the virus seeps into the bloodstream where it attacks the immune system by latching onto the T and CD4 cells. The virus itself has no DNA, so it uses RNA once latched onto the immune system cell, causing them to die and eventually reproduce more HIV cells. After consuming majority of the immune system, the HIV then turns into AIDS, where the body's immune system no longer is defensive. HIV is contracted through the exchange of bodily fluids during types of sexual activity, drug use, wounds, blood transfusions, and less commonly, unfortunate accidents. The infected fluids secrete through a mucous membrane, a soft tissue found in the openings of the body.
What is HIV? Everybody has an immune system. The immune system is made up of lots of specialized cells designed to recognize any foreign cells that enter the body and cause illness. Some of these foreign cells could be bacteria, which can cause a sore throat, or a virus, which can cause a cold. When a foreign cell enters the body, your immune system will respond in 3 simple steps. Step 1. It will recognize that there is a foreign cell in the body. Step 2. It will then send a message for the immune cells to destroy the foreign cell. Step 3. It will take a point of remembering the foreign cell, set up a memory system so that if the cell returns, then the body will be able to react more quickly against it. HIV is a virus which attacks a human's immune system, making it more difficult for the body to fight infections. HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. Once the HIV virus has entered the body, the virus will target one of the specialized cells in the immune system, called CD4, which help organize the body's response to fight against foreign cells. The virus gets inside the CD4 cell, replicates itself, and infects other CD4 cells around it. In doing so, it gradually depletes the CD4 population, making the body weak and less able to fight off infections. If the amount of virus in the body is fairly low, there are not many symptoms, but the more HIV virus is able to replicate over time, the more it will have an effect on the body's immune system, making it get weaker and less able to fight off other illnesses such as a cold. HIV and AIDS are not the same thing. A person is considered to have developed AIDS when the immune system is so weak that it can no longer fight off a range of diseases with which it would normally cope.
In some cases, HIV can go undetected for up to 10 years, but in most cases, people report intense flu-like symptoms. This includes fever, swollen glands, sore throat, rash, fatigue, muscle and joint pain, and a headache. If you believe you may have come in contact with the virus, get checked immediately. Once you have contracted HIV, you will carry it with you for the rest of your life. There is no cure. In some cases, HIV is inactive, and those individuals do not require treatment. For those who do require treatment, they usually begin once the CD4 cell count is low. A combination of drugs called antiretrovirals are taken with strict adherence in order to restrict the HIV virus, causing it to slow growth and prevent it from spreading.
A combination of drugs prevent HIV from copying as quickly. By slowing down HIV, the body has more time to make CD4 cells to help fight off infection and keep the immune system strong. All anti-HIV drugs try to prevent HIV from copying itself. The different types of drugs do this in 4 different ways. 1. Stop HIV from entering CD4 cell. These are called entry inhibitors. 2. Stop HIV from changing its structure when it prepares to copy. These are called nukes or non-nukes. 3. Stop HIV that is already in the CD4 cell from getting to the place in the cell where it can copy. These are called integrase inhibitors. 4. Stop HIV from copying. These are called protease inhibitors.
HIV is now believed to have come from SIV, simian immunodeficiency virus, a very similar strain of virus found in primates which is thought to be 32,000 years old and is indigenous to Western Africa. The earliest known case of HIV infection in a human was identified in 1959. The transfer of the HIV disease from animal to human likely occurred several decades earlier. However, the infected person lived in the Democratic Republic of Congo. He did not know he was infected, and research could not yet identify. The first documented case of HIV in the United States dates back to 1981, when a cluster of homosexual men started dying from mysterious pneumonia-like infections and a rare cancer caused by the virus. Soon, healthcare providers from all around the country began reporting similar cases. The virus was identified in 1982, but the number of people with the disease increased. Sadly, so did the number of people dying from the unidentified disease, and by 1983, 3,064 people in the United States had been diagnosed and 1,292 had died from the HIV infection. The first case of HIV in Canada was in the late 1980s. A patient identified as Gaetan Dages. He was a flight attendant who worked for Air Canada and internationally infected as many as 250 men on both sides of the Atlantic. Dages traveled the world and had many sexual liaisons with men. A study published in the American Journal of Medicine in 1984 traced many of New York's early HIV infections to an unnamed infected gay male flight attendant. HIV infections in Alberta have unfortunately grown due to the popularity for our province and its resources. Alberta has increased to 6.3 per 100,000 people that are infected with HIV, Edmonton being the leader at 8.8 persons per 100,000 infected with HIV. Claims have been made that the increase is due to the amount of foreign workers coming across our borders from heavily infected countries that are looking for work. The region that continues to bear the brunt of this virus is sub-Saharan Africa, which, even though it only is inhabited by 10% of the global population, it contains 68% of the world's HIV-positive individuals. The worst is Swaziland, located in southern Africa, where 26% of its country is infected with AIDS. The country has very poor, inadequate health care due to its political and civil unrest, which has left the HIV/AIDS epidemic to spread like wildfire.
It was dark when I found you. I'll build you a house in the oak tree outside, and you can come back whenever you'd like. Don't be frightened, I'll set you up right, 'cause everyone needs somebody sometime. I'll leave the light on so you know I'm at home, and you can come in. You won't be alone. Don't be scared of the night, 'cause I'll fix you up right, 'cause everyone needs somebody sometime.